Hi there, I'm Matt Keene. Welcome to Creating a Future We Want, the Visionary Evaluation Series, where I go through each page of this book and make a little video for each page. Whatever floats my boat. I might talk about here. It talks a little bit about the evolution of evaluation, the field, and the discipline, and sort of introduces some of that evolutionary perspective, and it reminds me of my own journey with this field. And in the early 2000s, I was beginning to be, in mid 2000s for sure, totally captivated by. First of all, I believed in the promise of evaluation as a transdiscipline that would be insanely useful in better aligning our actions with our values to deliver outcomes, a future that is a better fit for the well-being of humanity and all life. I believed in that. But as I worked about a dozen years with the Environmental Protection Agency in the administrator's office as what was titled a social scientist, stop laughing out there, I quickly lost a lot of faith and hope. I just thought so many of the methods and approaches that were going to be used, that I myself was using, the impact that the one evaluation could possibly have, the most impact it could possibly have, would be something that I began to guess would be undetectable. In fact, I was a part of many, and I'm very sad, humbled to say that I was leading some evaluations that I'm pretty sure resulted in, some pretty good information about what was going on and how well this was working and that working, but had a negative effect on the health of a given program and the people involved. Like, net outcome, net impact, negative. Losing faith. It just felt like a lot of the methods and approaches were not really made for systems with humans in them. And the tools and everything that we were using just weren't a good fit. Well, it was. I started there at EPA in 2006. By 2009, I was organizing a big conference about the concept of the theory of the field of complexity and systems thinking and systems sciences. And as I learned about network science and complexity science and critical systems and soft systems and systems dynamics and all sorts of other realms of system sciences and systems thinking, I was like, oh, there is hope. If the field of evaluation can bring in the systems perspective being developed by Fritjof Capra in a systems view of life, and Donella Meadows and all sorts of other wonderful people doing amazing work, there is hope that this discipline, this community, has a lot of room to run. Two other things I was learning about a lot at that time. Evaluative thinking, a combination of critical, creative, inferential, and practical thinking focused on values and valuing. I was like, if evaluation can do this, evaluative thinking, there's hope. Also, evaluative inquiry, which is a systematic process of using empirically derived and value-based data, as well as evaluative thinking, to move to action related to the issue at hand. If evaluative thinking can be systemic, then there's hope. So I was pretty fired up as I was starting to learn about this around 2010, like turning all of my effort toward this. So evaluative thinking, evaluative inquiry, system sciences in the context of evaluation, the evaluation community bringing that in. There's a lot of this in this book through the storytelling, the narrative of how that might look and how it might up the significance of evaluation and enable it to realize its promise to humanity. I'm Matt Keene. Thanks for visiting Creating a Future We Want. What's your vision for a future of evaluative thinking?